Good love service game for Patrick Rafter. Now, I hate to mention this to you, Michael, but you played Andre 6 times and you lost 6 times. So why is he so difficult to play?
For me, it was so difficult, but I have to say I never played him on grass. I think that would have been the only server that really had a good chance to beat him. But I came close a couple of times, but his game never suited my game because serve and volley for him was the best play to play against. He liked the target and he liked to, you know, play his big returns and passing shots. And I was never good enough from the baseline or fast enough, let it put that way, to play with him from the baseline, especially on hard court. And I've never played him on clay either, so that would have been another surface I think I would have had a good chance against him. But you know, his game just didn't suit my game at all, or the other way around, and I just never managed to beat him. Unfortunately, especially in the '94 US Open finals, where I would have had love to win, obviously, but at that year he played so well. I think he was #1 in that year as well, and he just was too good.
And of course, whoever wins this match today will be #1 in the world on Monday, regardless of who they have to play in the final, regardless of who wins the final.
Thirteen.
And I've seen quite some matches already throughout the second week of this tournament, even though there was a lot of rain. But that's the best tennis I've seen so far this tournament. It's just both players are absolutely on top of their game and trying for every point as hard as they can.
Let's second serve.
It was just wide.
40-15.
Hit it so perfectly and missed by the proverbial whisker.
And then again, that's what makes Patrick Rafter such a nice guy. I mean, he just looks up to the chair umpire, asked, he saw that it was wide, the chair umpire said it's out, and he just walks back to return the next point. And that's why most people love him so much.
Game Agassi. Four games all, second sets.
So Agassi's conceded just 2 points on serve in this second set in 4 service games, and Rafter's hardly getting a breather at all because before he has to come out to serve, and it's so much more physical, isn't it, when you're serving and volleying all the time, twisting and turning.
Yeah, because you have to be, you have to be concentrated on your serve to get the first serve in. But then again, you have to be ready to get that great return as a reply and be ready for the next volley. So, I mean, it's so much more attention that he has to pay on his own service games than Henry does.
Love 15.
And that's what you see. I mean, you get a good first serve in, and it's not even enough. I mean, you have to be ready to get that first volley, and just too good at that point here.
Love 30.
Well, Rafter must be thinking, what have I got to do? He plays a really deep volley. Agassi doesn't back off, takes it almost off the bounce and drills the winner.
It was a big point for Patrick Rafter. I mean, the smash wasn't hit with full confidence. He thought it was enough to just place it in the corner, and Agassi was right there. It was a little bit of a misbounce. Could have set up 3 break points, but now it's 15-30 on the Rafter serve. What a point. Great body control. I mean, he slips, he tumbles a little bit, gets the control back, throws up a high defensive lob, and difficult to judge on that one for Patrick Rafter. He just puts it wide to set up 2 more break points for Andre Agassi to go ahead 5-4. Great second serve from Patrick Rafter. I mean, really kicked that ball into the backhand corner, and no chance for Agassi.
Deuce.
2 terrific second serves, but in the first set it was Rafter who missed the break points. In this, Agassi's had 4, not converted on any of them. Back to deuce.
Advantage Rafter.
Just limping a little bit on the left foot, Andre, as he walked across the baseline, whether he stubbed a toe and moving for the ball.
Deuce. Advantage Agassi.
Well, you really do run out of superlatives.
I thought that half volley from Patrick Rafter was a winner. I thought there was no chance getting anywhere near to it, and then again he hits a one-handed backhand pass down the line to set up 1 more break point.
Deuce.
Get a little bit frustrated. Andre is just in front of our box, and you can see his face motion a little bit, and he is, you know, not happy about the fact he's missing all those breakpoint opportunities, and he better take one because it might get back to him.
Advantage Agassi.
Great backhand pass, set up by a good backhand return before that, just sets up another one of those break points.
Deuce.
Four of those break points have been in this game.
There comes the Australian. Unbelievable to see how far inside the baseline he is. Takes it on the rise, just puts it down to the feet of Patrick Rafter. Patrick doesn't have enough time to get into the net, get ready, and then play a volley. He has to do all the things at the same time. And another break point for Agassi.
Deuce.
And this is great tennis we get to see here. Even Andre is not capable of converting any of those break points, but those two, the big points, they really play well. This moment, Patrick Rafter.
Advantage Rafter. Deuce.
And how often do we see that? Agassi couldn't win a point from the ad court to save his life on the break points. And then as soon as it's advantage Rafter, he does. The longest game of the match, 6 deuces.
Backhand volley a little bit too short from Patrick Rafter, and Agassi wrong-footed Rafter on that shot completely. Patrick thought it was going to go down the line, leaned to that direction, and then he just flicked it. Agassi just flicked it cross court. Sets up breakpoint number 7 in this game, I think. Number 6.
Deuce.
Even Brad is silenced.
He's not approving with that play at all at the moment. 6 break points. Didn't get the ball in once, I think, on any of those occasions. So that's not a good play by Agassi.
Advantage Agassi.
Mike Morrissey, our umpire, just confirming the baseline judge's call, but you'll have gathered from Rafter's reaction that he was not too happy with this decision. Oof, desperately close. No, 7 break points he hasn't converted.
But at least this time he got the return
Deuce.
back into play and made Patrick play, and he replied that return very good. And it's unbelievable to see the confidence Patrick still plays those break points he has to save all the time and just keeps it up going. I mean, it's so easy to let slip your concentration and just get that break, but he's doing extremely well.
Advantage rafter. Game rafter. Rafter leads 5 games to 4, second set. First set, Agassi.
Yes, a well-deserved drink. 7 break points saved. A service game that lasted 11 minutes and 45 seconds.
Longest game of the match so far, and Patrick put a lot of effort in to hold that game. Obviously very important to do that. It's going to be very interesting to see how Andrew is going to reply that now, because those are the moments in a match where, you know, I had 7 break points. I had the chance to really basically decide second set, and he has to stay in there and really holds on to the service game now.
Tony Roach, that's Muddy Waters in the middle, and Peter Rafter, one of Patrick's brothers, on the right of your picture. And looks like Tony hasn't got much nail left on his thumb after that particular service game.
It's interesting to know with Tony Roach as well. Tony Roach is not his constant coach of Patrick Rafter. He just joins him for the Grand Slam tournament. Patrick travels by himself, and within the tournaments the Australians are great because they always help each other during the tournament time, and Tony Roach does it here as a Davis Cup captain. We had that in the past with Nicky Pilic, who used to be our Davis Cup captain, helping us out. And I think he's doing an extremely good job in really helping those 2 players who are up there right now, Philippoussis and Rafter, to do so well over the last year in the Grand Slams.
Thank you. Love 15.
Wonderful pick-up off the net cord, and Rafter, reprieved in the last game, senses his chance in this.
Love 30.
Agassi earlier in the rally hadn't put the volley away. Rafter, brilliant volley from behind the service line, forces Agassi onto the back foot and reacts superbly. Love 30.
Great play from both players. Good chip to come in. Beautiful back and cross court. Good stretch volley by Patrick Rafter, and then Andrew had all the time in the world to play that down the line to stay in that game, and 15-30. He doesn't seem very calm right now. He's very rushing all the points, so. But he did prove me wrong there. Just a very good first serve to come back to 30-all on that game. It looks so easy to do that, but you know, we should remember that, or remind ourselves that it's for going down a set point, and it's not an easy chip. It's not a lot of pace on that ball, and Andrew just walks up there and makes it look so easy to throw up that backhand topspin lob over the head of Patrick Rafter, and it is a great shot at that time of the match.
Game Agassi. Five games all, second set.
At love 30, you really thought that that previous game in which he'd missed all those break points was telling on the mind of Andre, but responded superbly.
Love.
Those are the kind of volleys Patrick Rafter should not miss. I mean, those are easy points that he gives to Andre Agassi and gets Agassi back into the game. And he needs those points desperately to have easy service games, not to lose too much energy and don't get too frustrated. Good reaction by Patrick Rafter, and both players had to laugh at each other. The moment that ball was played, he just placed it beautifully, but good recovery at the net.
Game Rafter. Rafter leads 6 games to 5. Second set, first set Agassi.
And the crowd just responding to the lovely tennis we're seeing out here. And what a bonus for people who had #1 court tickets today. Would have been expecting maybe with a bit of luck to see a championship doubles, a lot of veterans, a lot of seniors, and they end up with semi-finals of both the men's and the women's singles.
Yeah, and I think one of the best matches they saw before that, the Graf match against Lucic, was a very tight contest, good match. And now this match as well, I think is the best men's match I've seen so far in this tournament. And you feel like there might not be that energy level as if Tim Hamlin would be playing on this court, but I think the people are so amazed by the quality of tennis they really get to see. And you know, I'm surprised as well. I mean, I'm very happy that I get the chance to see this, and so are the people, I think, and they're very understanding the sport, and they're really into this, and they really respect what those two players are doing on the court. And I think it's a good sign for the game of tennis in itself, that people really still know when there's good tennis being played.
Love. Love. 40 love.
This easy backhand volley sets up 3 points for leveling this set at 6-all and getting us into a tiebreaker.
Game Agassi. Six games all, second set tiebreak.
Well, if there's any justice in the game, Agassi must win this tiebreak because he's lost 4 points on serve in the entire set. And he's had 9 break points. Mind you, when they've played each other before, they've played 4 tiebreaks, and Rafter's won 3 of them.
One, 0, Rafter. One all.
What came up to Agassi's mind there? He thought about playing serve and volley, changed his mind right after he stepped in, played a beautiful half volley, and just really got a little bit lucky to get out of that situation.
2-1, Agassi. Three, 1. Agassi.
That what happens at some stage in the match, that if you're been put so much pressure on by the returner of serve that you have to miss at some stage quite easy volley like that. But you know, 3-1 Agassi, nothing is
3-2, Agassi. Four, 2, Agassi.
incredible rally again from both players. The different tactics you see. Patrick Rafter just slicing the backhands in all the time, then gets one short, tries to get Agassi into the net, actually, I think, on purpose, and then tries to play that forehand down the line passing shot. But Agassi, not the tallest of guys at the net, has a good reach and plays that cross-court backhand volley for a winner to lead 4-2 in the breaker.
Only the second passing shot winner that Rafter's hit in the entire match, but what an important one. Back on serve in the tiebreak.
5-3, Agassi.
And the instant reply from Agassi with the big forehand return. Then again, the serve was not wide enough again, too close to the body, so made it a little bit easier for Andre to hit a good return.
Agassi.
Good body control from Patrick Rafter there. He really played that backhand chip nicely. Covers down the line, easy forehand volley to put away. To come back to 4-5, Agassi serving.
Agassi.
Sudden injection of pace in the forehand. 2 set points for 2 sets to love. Just long.
6-5. Agassi.
Rafter took the risk of playing a chip and coming into the net. What hasn't worked so successfully throughout the match so far, but you know, he did it at the right time to put pressure on Agassi. He wanted to win that point very badly and just put that pass, backhand pass, cross court, just a little bit long over the baseline. Still set point for Agassi.
Game and second set, Agassi. 7 games to 6. Agassi leads 2 sets to love. New balls, please.
Another searing return off a first serve.
And so easy. Look at it. He just takes the racket back, hits it, hits a clean winner on set point, just goes to the net, shows us his fists, happy about the fact he makes it look so easy. I mean, for me, if you get asked like about the most talented player in the game that you ever see, I mean, I don't know what your answer would be, but my answer, for me, Agassi always has been the most talented player I've ever seen within the game, and it's just incredible what he's capable of doing on the court.
Yes, it's so simple, isn't it? That short swing, as you were mentioning, short take back, drives through the ball, and hand-eye coordination. I've always thought that if he took those tests they do for the top fighter pilots, that he would pass with flying colours, because the hand and the eyes, it's just perfect.
Maybe the other guys, when he, you know, before he finished his career, maybe we should ask him to become a fighter pilot and let the other guys win the tournaments. If his eye-hand coordination is good enough. But just unbelievable how he plays. And I think now it's going to be very, very difficult for Patrick Rafter to come back to turn this match around, because he had a very difficult 4-set match yesterday against Todd Martin. Left a lot of energy on that court, and I mean, to beat Agassi on this day-to-day, it needs a lot of work, a lot of great tennis. But you know, he's a fighter and he will try. Agassi serving with new balls in the beginning of the 3rd set, what makes it a little bit easier as well, and 15 love.
$15.30. 30 all.
Well, yet again, Rafter could not have played this chip and charge better. Look how deep that is. Agassi just rocks back and then accelerates through the ball and taking it so early.
(40-30). Game Agassi. First game, third set.
So Agassi continues his momentum, untroubled on serve once again. And when you think, Michael, a couple of years ago he was reduced to playing challengers, the second tier, because his ranking was nearly down to 150. And now he's one set away from being #1 in the world again. It's an extraordinary comeback. And his desire, great achievement at the French, but almost his first question he asked was, when did someone last win the French and Wimbledon back-to-back? The answer is Bjorn Borg in '80. He's hungry for even more success.
Yeah, I mean, he made history by being only one of 5 players who won all 4 Grand Slams, winning the French this year, and obviously being the first after Bjorn Borg has done it in '80 to win French and Wimbledon back-to-back is going to be a big boost for him. He's not going to be the one who's going to win the most Grand Slams anymore. That's Pete Sampras trying to beat that record, but it's just incredible. And if you think about it, that this guy has been on the tour for about 14 years himself now, and like Boris Becker just, you know, played his last Wimbledon. He has played it 15 or 16 times. And everybody's saying he's getting old, he's been on the tour for such a long time. I mean, there's a guy who's doing it for about 13, 14 years and still hungry and still able to win the Grand Slams, as he has proven. So it's just amazing the comeback he had and, you know, the energy he did put in to do all the things that he did.
Love 15. Love 30.
Patrick's body language is changing a little bit at the moment right now. He knows he has to do so much to stay in that set and in the match, and it's so difficult to maintain that pressure on Agassi.
15-30.
Very unhappy with the way he's playing right now. He missed 2 easy volleys that he should have made, and it's a matter of concentration as well, that his level of concentration is probably going to go down a little bit. He's disappointed about the score at the time, and Agassi has 2 break points to take an early lead in the 3rd set.
Game Agassi. Agassi leads 2 games to love, 3rd set.
Tony Roach looking a little resigned. He knows his man is now facing a mountain that is getting steeper by the moment. Agassi 2 sets to love and 2 love ahead.
(15 love).
Ace number 6 for Andre Agassi, who still keeps serving extremely well and makes it easy on his service games.
15 all. 30-15.
That's a sign of not really being that concentrated anymore, and also his feet are not moving as good as they did in the first 2 sets. So there's, you know, the first signs of being fatigued a little bit, being a little bit tired.
Thirty all. 40-30. Game Agassi. Agassi leads 3 games to love. Third set, 2 sets to love.
Lara Feltham must be beginning to think, well, when are we going home after this? Things are running away from the man in her life, and other than tripping Andre App when they come up off their chairs at the end of this changeover, what can Rafter do about this?
I think Andre is in control of the match right now. You know, if you look at him and the way he talks, you know, he knows he's going to win that match. And Patrick's body language is just showing that he's not really believing in himself anymore. I mean, that was a point for going down 2 break points in that service game he had. Very unhappy, bouncing the racket off the ground. Good thing it's grass, it's really coming back and not breaking. And, you know, he's just unhappy, and I understand him. He played so well. He did so well to hang in there with Andre Agassi. In the 2 sets, he lost 7-5, 7-6. It shows how close the match has been. And he didn't have any, you know, spell of luck that things went his way, but he did so well, and he's still 2 sets to love down.
Thank you.
Crowd is getting a little bit more into it again. I think they want to see a 4th and 5th set and trying to cheer Patrick Rafter. Finally an easy service game for Patrick Rafter after he had to struggle so much. That's going to lift his spirits a little bit.
Game Rafter. Agassi leads 3 games to 1. Third set.
Third love service game of the match for Patrick Rafter. But remember, other than the 2 set points he had at 5-4 up in the first set, he hasn't had a break point against the Agassi serve at all.
He's really trying everything he can. I mean, okay, the approach was a little bit too short. Didn't really get Agassi to had to move back. He still had a chance to step into the ball, but still the control he plays those shots with is unbelievable.
$15 all. $15-13. $30 all.
If Patrick Rafter is going to get back into this match, you feel he has to break serve here. 30 all.
Let's first serve. $40-30. Game Agassi. Agassi leads 4-1, third set, and 2 sets to love.
Andre Agassi striding towards victory, just faced 2 break points in the entire match. They were set points in the opening set. And since he saved those at 4-5 down, really, Michael, he has been the dominant player.
He has been the dominant player, where you have to say that Patrick Rafter really did extremely well to stay with Andre Agassi. He played, you know, as good as I've seen him for a long, long time, especially on grass. It might be even his best grass court match he ever played, but he's meeting an opponent who is just too powerful, too accurate, too eager to win this championship. And unfortunately for Patrick, you know, it's so difficult to just cope with that. And for that reason, I think Henry is in the lead with 2 sets to love and a break in the third. It's a deserved lead, but you feel a little bit sorry for Patrick Rafter.
Now, to continue to enjoy that match, just press your button over to BBC One. The match continues live for you right now on BBC One.